Well, for those of you who do not know any history, but I'm sure you do know history. Once upon a time, we had a president called Dr. Liman. Well, I'm going to be talking to a young man who happens to be a nephew of Dr. Liman, and he has done an exciting documentary of our ex-president that we need to see. Put your hands together. Let us welcome Junaid Liman. There we go. There, then back, then there. All right. Oh. Welcome, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I've always thought the day I'll be on KSM Show, it means I've arrived. You know, that kind of perception. So I thank God for this opportunity to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Especially when I heard you. Have you been doing movies for a long time?
No, actually, well, I've not really done movies as a professional, as something that I do professionally. But I did help a friend of mine. I write scripts.
Okay.
Well, so I did write a script some time back, and a friend of mine produced it.
Okay.
So that's how far I've gone of, you know, that's how best.
So you have done a script for the movie?
Yeah, I've done a script for a movie before.
Yeah. But now you have done a documentary?
I've done a documentary on Dr. Liman, yes, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
During our short stay in power, have demonstrated openly what many people had only suspected before, namely, that the holding of office in governments in this country had in almost all cases been used to plunder the wealth of the nation. Ghana is looking up to you. Thank you.
Dr. Liman, I believe, was
a very reliable.
I was shocked at his simplicity and modesty. The man endeared himself or showed to the world that a president must exact or exude respect.
Liman was my husband.
Tell me a little bit about the documentary, because...
well, basically it's a journey into the history of Ghana. Growing up, I noticed that, chronicling the presidents from Nkrumah right down to John Mahama now, the third republic has not been really consumed enough, in the sense that people haven't really gotten to know what happened really that time, around that time. It's like that side of history has, been relegated to the background. So what we know is that 1979, Wallens came in, handed over to Liman, and 1981 there's a coup. The story of Liman is virtually relegated.
It's really untold.
Yeah. Really untold.
Yeah.
Really untold. So I decided that, why don't I put my resources together? My very good friend Edwin Fayose and I decided that, we are going to put together a documentary to highlight Dr. Liman's legacy. It's not a political thing. It's not a tool for any form of propaganda. It's just celebrating and honoring a national statesman, a man who has sacrificed so much for his country, at the same time using his story to inspire people from similar background. You know, Dr. Liman came from not a family that's not well to do. You know, his parents died at a very young age, so he had to educate himself and travel out to get higher education, came back and selflessly did much service to Ghana. At the time he came back, he was at a post working for the Foreign Service. He left a very good job, entered into public service, and came out of nothing. So the story now is to use that transformation, the transformation of the 1979 to 1981. Let people know what Dr. Liman stood for. And that's the purpose of the documentary.
Okay. Wow. How long is the documentary?
Well, it's going to be premiered at the National Theatre on the 21st of August. So what will be premiered will be 45 minutes. But it's actually, the full thing is 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 hour, 45 minutes?
1 hour, 45
That's long.
That's long, yeah.
Are you telling everything that he did?
Everything from the day he was born right to the day he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I find it interesting because I think that history should be recorded.
Exactly.
And Dr. Liman was president of this country.
Yeah.
And for whatever it's worth, contribution that he made must be seen.
Yeah.
And must be left for posterity to judge.
Yeah.
So the final question, what inspired you to, well, you did say it, but what was the...
The inspiration is basically the fact that there's this notion that people should enter to the public service to accumulate wealth.
Yeah.
You know, people feel that, you know, I have a friend, I spoke to a friend recently, and he said, you know what, Charlie, when I finish school, I know the good job, but I enter politics straight.
Yeah. Because that's,
you know,
that's where you make the money.
That's where you make the money.
Yeah.
You know, but and at the same time, too, that story of, you know, they're living their Ghanaian dream, you know, that you come from nowhere and all of a sudden you make it overnight, or not overnight, but you make it. This story is an inspirational story for the man or the small boy living in Wale Wale, living in a very poor environment, striving to become something that his immediate brother doesn't believe that's even possible. That is the inspiration. We are trying to project Liman's legacy, let people know that no matter where you're from, whatever background, whatever situation, whether you are a cripple, you are whatever, whatever people have called you, it's very possible for you to make it. And secondly, it's very possible to live a life worth living, emulating, while being a public service. Give selflessly to Ghana. Give, and don't expect that Ghana should do something for you, like what's his name, the former president of America said. It's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And Dr. Liman is a living example.
Shows of love, man. You know, this was a short one, but just wanted to get you and talk about it. Yeah. And we'll be looking out for the documentary.
Let me just give some small shout outs to those who made this documentary. Made this documentary possible. One is Edwin Fayose, who is here with me. One is the Liman family, my father, JB Liman, my family and my friends, and other people who I will express willingly to help. Those who feel that, well, this is a story that should come out, and they're expressing concern, and they're supporting me behind the background. And as well as people who want to help too. This is an opportunity to tell the Liman story.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Stick around, folks. There's more to come.